Holly, holly, hoo, neighborino.
What's going on, guys? Aggronix, and welcome back to the PCL Season 4. Today we jump into our Week 7 game against... Who the fuck are we playing again? Andrew! Of course, it's Andrew and the London Linoones. Now, before we get into anything, I have just a few things to note. If you did not see the video that went up a few days ago, we did make a few team changes. Our team is not drastically different, but we did change a few key members of the team, which we'll get into in a second. We lost last week to Alex, which is really unfortunate. It was a very, very close game. It was a 2-0 loss. Came down to me not really fucking up in the end. It was a 50-50 play. You know, if you go back and watch that game, you'll understand what I'm talking about. But we did lose. However, the game with Erasmus that never was played, that I forfeited, we actually got that decision overturned because a lot of people agreed that Erasmus was in, you know, he wasn't here, I was, why should I forfeit? And Erasmus has since left the league. Hopefully he will come back. I'm not like kicking him out because, you know, I don't want him to be here, but he literally wasn't here for the last 2 weeks. So we have Yodeler in now. Yodeler, my boy, I love Yodeler. I would kiss him on the lips if he wanted me to. You know, I wouldn't force myself onto his face, but if he gave me even a semblance of acceptance, I would totally jump on his face. With that being said, we are playing Andrew. Let me show you Andrew's team. Andrew's team consists of a lot of scary... This is just white. It's just a white screen. It is a white screen. There it is. That's Yodeler's team. It's very cool. We don't have the name changed yet, but that's coming. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. But if I pull up... There are birds walking on my roof. They're very distracting. Very distracting. We have Andrew. London Linoones. His team consists of Mega Swampert, Tapu Koko, Pelipper, Kingdrick, Omastar, Komala, Moltres, Meowstic, Excavalier, Kartana, and Toxicroak. So, a very, very scary rain team. Now, if you remember, in the playoffs last season, when we were in the first round, we actually lost to Harshal with a rain team. You know, we lost to Harshal. He had a rain team. He had Mega Swampert. He had Pelipper. So, yeah, it was very, very scary. However, I think Andrews is a little bit more threatening to us because he has Tapu Koko, which is insanely strong. He has Kartana, which is very, very scary. He has Kingdra as well. He has Toxicroak, which is always threatening. Excavalier, if he runs like a Choice Bandit set, could be very, very threatening as well. Just a lot of really scary mons. So I'm definitely very, very sketched about this game. I'm honestly like really, really worried about this game because Andrew could definitely have the potential to beat us. We are, I believe, 1-1 against Andrew. We've beaten Andrew once before. I beat him 5-0. And then in the second game that we played, he beat us 1-0, I think. Or maybe it was a 2-0. I think it was a 1-0 though. So, yeah. A win here would be very, very good. I want to move to 5-2. And yeah, I really want to win. But, like I said, we did change some very, very key members of the team. And we'll get into that in just a second. And we'll start off with the two beautiful fucking bastards on the team. We have Mega Absol and Virizion. I'm so fucking excited to use these guys. Mega Absol and Virizion, two new members that joined the squad. They basically replaced Zarwark and Megalopony. We dropped Megalopony. Very, very controversial. Everyone was like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? I really, really love this. I want to use Mega Absol again because I didn't give it enough chance long ago. And Virizion is one of my favorite mons in the Draft League format. It's a mon that we had last season. And it always does work for me when I draft it, so really, really looking forward to it. So, these two alone do a lot of work against this team. Let's start with Absol. So, Absol outspeeds most things on his team. It outspeeds everything except for, obviously, Mega Swampert and Kingdra in the rain, and Tapu Koko. But it outspeeds everything else. It outspeeds Kartana, it outspeeds Toxicroak, it outspeeds Omastar also in the rain would outspeed me. It outspeeds Pelipper, Moltres, Meowstic, stuff like that, which is great. But all the mons that outspeed it, which are the Mega Swampert and the Kingdra, we can't click Sucker Punch on, which is very, very nice. Knockoff is there to just get rid of items on the Pelipper, do damage to stuff like Moltres and Excavalier, Meowstic as well. And we have Thunderbolt and Flamethrower. Now, Flamethrower is obviously there for the Excavalier and the Kartana. Flamethrower in the rain, Oko's Kartana, there's no chance of him living. I don't think it Oko's Excavalier, but after knockoff damage, it does. I actually might quickly check. I'll do it in a second because calculator's lagging, but I'll check that in a second. Does a Flamethrower kill Excalibur in the rain? I doubt it does. If he is Assault Vest, definitely not. If he's banded, it probably does like 70%, so I'll check that in a second. And Thunderbolt is there for the Pelipper. It OHKOs a physically defensive Pelipper, which is awesome. That's great. Magic Bounce isn't too important, but I guess it means that Omastar can't really set up Stealth Rocks if we lead with Absol, which is cool. And yeah, really excited to use a Mega Absol. Then we have Virizion, Kokiri the Virizion, Yachi Berry Justified with Leaf Blade, Close Combat, Zen Headbutt, and Hidden Power Electric. Now I remember in the playoffs game against those fucking birds. I'm gonna open the window and punch it. I'm gonna fucking swear to God. Those fucking crows! Those crows. Virizion in the playoffs, when I played Harshal, when he had the rain team, I said that I wish I ran Hidden Power Electric on Virizion to hit the Pelipper better instead of running Stone Edge, because me missing a Stone Edge on the Pelipper didn't cost me the game, but it definitely changed the game drastically. If I hit Hidden Power... Look at that fucking bird just looking at me. Back off! Can you piss off? Okay, so the Virizion with the Hidden Power Electric means that we OHKO a physically defensive Pelipper. We do like 90% to a specially defensive set. Really, really good. We don't need the like a naive nature or a lonely nature to OHKO it. It's no problem. Because of his speed tiers, we can actually run Adamant on you on Virizion, which is great. We outspeed everything on his team. We outspeed the Moltres, the Pelipper, the Toxicroak, the Kingdra, and the Mega Swampert outside of Rain, the Scavalier as well. It's really, really nice. And then we have the Yachi Berry. Now, the Yachi Berry means a few things. And it's really, really good. I really love the Yachi Berry. So the Yachi Berry means that we can take an Ice Punch from Mega Swampert in the rain and live it and kill it with Leaf Blade. It also means we can take an Ice Beam from Kingdra in the rain if he is Swift Swim and sweeping me, and take that Ice Beam and kill him with Leaf Blade or Close Combat. If he's max HP, he might... Or sorry, if he's like... If he has full HP, he probably will live the Close Combat. We can still get off a lot of damage on him, which is important. Yeah, it's just good. It's not really there for anything else. I was going to run Koba Berry to take a Brave Bird from Tapu Koko, but Brave Bird's still OHKO, so there's not really much I can do there. And Zen Headbutt is there just to hit the Toxicroak, which doesn't outspeed Virizion, and we take Sucker Punches very, very well. We take Vacuum Waves very, very well, so there's not a lot of worry there. So, really love these two Mons. They're really, really good against his team, and hopefully they do a lot of work. Moving on, we have Chaos, the Kyurem, and Quarantine, the Weezing. Kyurem's coming back this week because basically when I was finished building 5 Mons, I wanted a 6th Mon. Kyurem is the 6th Mon because I wanted a Mon that could take on most things relatively well, but also be a great offensive check, and Kyurem is that. Because of Kyurem's typing, being Dragon, it means it resists water, which is really, really nice. So it can resist Pelipper's Scald, it resists Amister's Scald, it resists Mega Swampert's Waterfall, which means it can swap in and possibly waste some rain turns, which is really nice. It means that it resists Tapu Koko's electric type moves, which we aren't bringing Landorus. So because Landorus doesn't really do much against his team, so I couldn't really bring it. So it's nice to have a Mon that does that. And with the Choice Scarf, we actually do outspeed Tapu Koko guaranteed every single time, which is awesome. And Earth Power is a guaranteed OHKO on Tapu Koko, which is awesome. And other than that, I mean, Ice Beam is pretty spammable against this team. Yeah, his only resistance to Ice Beam is the Amistar and the Excavalier. Everything else is neutral. Amistar and Excavalier will take it very, very well. But they don't take Earth Power very, very well. And because of his speed tiers, again, we can run Modest against his team. The only thing that would make the difference, if we ran Timid, it means that we could outspeed a Scarf Moltres. But a Scarf Moltres doesn't beat Zapdos in the rain, because Fire Blast would be weakened and Hurricane is resisted, so it's not really an issue there. And yeah, Kyurem just puts in a lot of work, and yeah, if also it outspeeds the Kartana, and it outspeeds the Tapu Koko, which is huge. It outspeeds Toxicroak, Moltres. Yeah, just really, really good. And hopefully we can wait out the rain turns by swapping in with Kyurem, maybe eating a Skull, swapping back out and stuff like that, and wasting his rain turns, because I don't really have Protect on this team, because I'm building, not really offensive, but I am building pretty, basically for everything that he does, I'm hoping to just capitalize on it and kill him, which is the plan. Which is exactly what's happening with Quarantine, the Weezing, Black Sludge, Levitate with Sludge Bomb, Thunderbolt, Flamethrower, and Will-O-Wisp. Weezing is fantastic in this game. It really is. Now, it doesn't eat a lot of hits well. It's going to get destroyed by Kingdra. It's going to get destroyed by Pelipper even. It's going to get destroyed by Moltres maybe. But against the Mons that it can beat, it beats them very, very well. It can take 2 waterfalls from Mega Swampert in the rain, which is really, really cool, and we can go for Will-O-Wisp and burn that thing. Now, the reason I'm not running Hidden Power Grass instead of Will-O-Wisp is because Hidden Power Grass really doesn't do much to Mega Swampert, and I'd rather cripple the Mega Swampert and make it really useless instead of just getting damage on it that I really don't need. So, yeah, that's my reasoning there. Sludge Bomb is there instead of Sludge Wave because I want to be able to poison stuff like the Kingdra that swaps in, poison the Meowstic, poison the Moltres, stuff like that. And Sludge Wave, the difference is so minuscule in damage, it doesn't really matter. And Thunderbolt Flamethrower is there for the same reason Absol has it. Thunderbolt is there for the Pelipper, and Flamethrower is there for the Excavalier and the Kartana. Weezing's main role is to wall those two mons, the Mega Swampert, the Excavalier, even the Toxicroak and the Kartana. So 4 mons really are Weezing's job. That's why I'm running physically defensive. I was going to run specially defensive and try to take on the Tapu Koko as well, but there's no point. I still don't take it on very well, and I'd rather wall the 4 mons that I need to wall exceptionally well than just kind of okay, you know the way? So I'm really happy with this set, and hopefully it does a lot of work for us. And finally, the last 2 mons are defensive core once again this week. These two are putting in great work in the last few weeks. Unfortunately, last week, because I fucked up, Zapdos was killed, but hopefully I can make up for that this week. We have Vulture the Zapdos, Leftovers Pressure with Thunderbolt, Inbar Grass, Toxic, and Roost. Especially defensive this week because its main role is to wall stuff like the Pelipper, the Tapu Koko, the Kingdra, the Moltres, and Zapdos doesn't really need to be physically defensive to wall the Kartana. The only mon that it would wall if it was physically defensive would be the Swampert, which I'm not really too scared of anyway, because I have Virizion with the Yachi Berry, I have Weezing, I have Chiron with Choice Scarf, and can eat an Earthquake. I can't live a superpower though, so that's just something to note. But yeah, I really like Zapdos in this matchup. He doesn't have good ways of killing Zapdos. His Rock type is Amistair, and he doesn't have an Ice type except for obviously Ice Beam on Kingdra and Ice Punch on Mega Swampert, so it's kind of tough for him to kill Zapdos. We're not running Defog this week because his only Stealth Rockers are Swampert and Amistair, and he usually doesn't get up rocks, and if he does, he usually defogs them away with Pelipper anyway, because he doesn't usually bring Komala, and if he does bring Komala, that's great for me because Virizion would love to just close combat to Komala. So there's no reason to run Defog, so I'm running Toxic instead. Toxic is there for stuff like the Kingdra, stuff like the Meowstic, the Tapu Koko even, just stuff that I want to dwindle down, and I don't want to go for a straight attack. And yeah, now I know you might be thinking, you have Thunderbolt, you can hit the Kartana. Thunderbolt is still a 2-hit KO on Kartana. It does 51% min, so it's good. It's fine. So I'm really happy with this Zapdos set. It's really good. It takes on mons like the Kingdra, the Tapu Koko, the Moltres, even the Toxicroak, even the Excavalier, despite not being physically defensive. If he's choice banded, I don't, but if he isn't, I can still take him on pretty well. And yeah, it's pretty good. And finally, Shrek the Registeel. Registeel really isn't good against his team. It does lose to a lot of mons, but it kind of had to come for rocks, and also because Kingdra. Kingdra's a huge threat. Kingdra's an absolutely monstrous threat. Zapdos doesn't really take it on too well because I can live one Ice Beam, but I can't OHKO it with Thunderbolt, and then he just kills me with the second Ice Beam. So I really am worried about the Kingdra. That's why I'm running like a mixed Registeel. I'm running enough defense to take 2 Wild Charges from Tapu Koko, while also taking 2 Thunderbolts from Tapu Koko, which is important. If one was max physical attack and the other was max special attack, I still take 2 Thunderbolts no matter what, or 2 Wild Charges no matter what. So that's really, really good. And yeah, Registeel, Toxic, Earthquake, Seismic Toss. I really couldn't figure out like 4 moves that I wanted. I really wanted Earthquake because it means I can hit the Tapu Koko, I can hit the Toxicroak, I can hit the Amistair, I can hit the Excavalier, at least I can hit it. But I have Seismic Toss there to hit the mons that I can't really hit too well. The mons like the Kartana, the Swampert, even the Meowstic to a certain extent. Toxic is there as well because obviously I want to be able to talk to the Pelipper, Toxic the Swampert, dwindle that thing down, and get that thing weakened with Chip. So yeah, Registeel isn't really good. It's really there just to take on the Kingdra. If Kingdra is a Dragon Dance set, we could be in a lot of trouble. But I don't really have any way of countering it. I don't really have any check to it. Registeel can Toxic it, and it can go for Seismic Toss over and over again, and do a lot of damage that way. But yeah, Kingdra is a very, very huge threat. I have Sucker Punch actually on Absol, so I have other ways of hitting it as well. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this team. So that's the team. I'm pretty happy with it. There are a few mons that I'm really, really scared of. Obviously, the Tapu Koko is a huge threat. Quickly to go over Z-mons, I think they're Tapu Koko, Toxicroak, Kartana. If I had to predict any mon to have a Z move, it would probably be Kartana with like Z Sacred Sword maybe for for Registeel, but he might run maybe Z Psycho Cut for Wheezing. I don't know how much that does. It probably do a good bit. Why is it Bombus on me? What the fuck? Let me check. Let me check this quickly because I actually was talking about it earlier. I want to check how much Kyurem. This is really fucking lagging. Oh god, my god, my god. What did I want to check again? What did I want to check again? I can't remember. It'll probably come back to me in a second anyway. I don't think it was Kyurem. I think it was. I can't remember who I was going to calc. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So I'm pretty confident with this team. The 6 mons that I predict he's going to bring, I think he's going to bring the Tapu Koko, the Swampert, the Pelipper. I think he's going to bring the Kingdra. I think he's going to bring the Toxicroak, and I think he's going to bring the Meowstic. That's the 6 I predict. I don't think he's going to bring Kartana. I don't think he's going to bring Escavalier. I could see him bringing Amistar, but I don't think Moltres is coming. I don't think Komala is coming, and I really don't think Kartana is coming. If it does come, it's going to be scary, and it's going to be something we have to prioritize taking out, but I don't think it'll come. So I think he's going to bring the Tapu Koko, Kingdra, Mega Swampert, Pelipper, Toxicroak, and the Meowstic. So that being said, I'm going to connect with Andrew. I'm going to get online, and we're going to have this game. So yeah, let's do it. Alright, so I think we're going to get into this. Yeah, there we go. So, oh wow. Okay, so he... Cool. Good luck. Have fun. He didn't bring the Kingdra. That's great. Kingdra's scary. He does actually bring the Moltres. And he didn't bring the Kartana. Not surprising. So I got 4 out of 6. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. Whoops. I think that I have the link here. Yeah. Here we go. I'll just throw this in here. Oh. Whoops. We both got it. Alright, so Andrew, good luck, my friend. Let's get into this. So he did bring the Moltres, which is a bit surprising. Kyurem has a great matchup against his team. He has no ice resist except, I guess, actually Escavalier. So Escavalier is going to be a little bit scared to deal with, but we do have the Wheezing. Leads, I think I'm going to lead with, I could lead with Zapdos, I could lead with the Absol, I could lead with Kyurem, because he's probably going to lead with the, again like last week, he doesn't have a good way of killing Zapdos, so I just have to keep that in mind. Although Escavalier is going to be very, very tough to beat. I think I want to get up my rocks, though. I don't know. He doesn't have a rocker, by the way. Except for if it's Swampert. I think he'd expect me to lead with... I don't know. I mean, if he leads with the Escavalier, it's fine. I'm just going to Wheezing. And if he leads with anything else, I'm literally good. So... I'm with Zapdos. He leads with Moltres. That is fantastic for me. My Zapdos is especially defensive. It is meant to take on this Moltres. Right here, I think I'm just going to go for Thunderbolt. If he goes for Fire Blast, he might be able to KO me if he specs. But we'll see. If he specs, he will be able to KO me, I think, with a Fire Blast. But if he's not specs or Life Orb, he definitely shouldn't be able to. And we do have leftovers. So we'll go for Thunderbolt right here. Thunderbolt should do a lot of damage as well. Probably do about 80%. If he swaps into a Escavalier, it's like a ton. If he swaps into a Swampert, we just go for Hidden Power Grass afterwards. It's fine. Something's taking a big hit here. Something's taking a huge hit. So, good lead for us. He goes for U-turn. So that's good. That's a pretty good start. I'm glad I didn't lead with Registeel. He probably predicted the Registeel lead. So, good lead for us. And if he goes into Swampert, I'm really okay with that because the rain isn't up. So we probably could just. What I talk. Well, no, I Hidden Power Grass because I want to be able to Will-O-Wisp the Swampert later in the game. But I don't think he'd go into Swampert right here because I have a Zapdos in front of him. So Moltres, he didn't show the Life Orb, so something else. So we'll see right here. Just going to Tapu Koko. This Tapu Koko is not going to appreciate this hit. That does a pretty decent amount of damage. And I think right here I just want to go for a Toxic. If he goes for Wild Charge, it'll do a ton. I could also go on a Registeel, get up my rocks. I could go on a Kyurem, but he could possibly Dazzling Gleam. Can I just see Zapdos? I did put Vulture Set in, didn't I? I did. Wild Charge will 2 KO me. That's timid as well. He probably won't be timid, he'll be jolly. Yeah, Wild Charge will do an absolute ton. I don't know if I want to take that necessarily. I did say 28%. Yeah, that's about right. So, if I go on a Kyurem, he just goes into Scavalier. So, I think I'm going to go on a Registeel. I could also Roost, which I'm going to do actually. I'm going to Roost because I want to scout what he's going to go for. If he goes for Wild Charge, I'll eat the hit, he'll take Recoil, and we'll heal up. If he goes for U-Turn, that's fine as well. But he could go for Z Nature's Madness, which is what I'm kind of expecting. So I'm just going to Roost right here. I don't think I lose too much. He goes for Thunderbolt, doesn't do a lot of damage, and we do Roost up, and we see his set. So right here, I'm just going to go, I think, for a Toxic. He shows he's special, which is interesting. Or, well, good to know. I don't think he'd stay in. But if he goes into a Scavalier, that's fine. So I'm just going to go for Toxic. If he swaps into... well, he doesn't really have a switch in. Like, Scavalier is really his only switch in. He's going to go for... Oh, he goes for Taunt. As I go for the Toxic. It's a good play. I'd be at 70% after Thunderbolt. Taunt was a good play. It's a good play. I wish I went for Thunderbolt again. I would need to go for 3 more Thunderbolts. So I think I'm just going to go on a Registeel. I gotta get on my rocks. And keep Zapdos healthy, which is important. So I'm gonna go on a Registeel. He goes for Hidden Power Ice, which is really good for us. So we do take that fantastically. I think I'm just going to go for a Seismic Toss, because the reason being is because I think he's going... He wouldn't Taunt. And even if he does, I don't care. Like, if he taunts me, that's great. Okay, he does go for Taunt. The Electric Terrain is gone. I think he's definitely swapping out right here. He's no reason to stay in. So I'm just going to... Well, what would he swap in? I think he'd go into Moltres or Toxicroak, maybe. Oh, they could U-turn. That's fine, actually. If I go into Zapdos and a U-turn, that's fine. So I think I'm going to go back into Zapdos. Or do I just Seismic Toss? What would he swap in? I think he'd swap in like Excavalier or Moltres. So I'm going to go into Zapdos. I do swap first, as he goes for U-turn. So we do catch him there. This is pretty good. Zapdos is back in now. I wish I went for Earthquake on the thing, but like it's not the end of the world. It was pretty risky for him, so I didn't know if he would, and I really wanted Rocks up. So what can you do? But again, right here, he's in the situation where he doesn't really have a great switch, and if he goes into Swampert, I think I'll just go for Hidden Power Grass. It'd do over half, and really put him in a bad spot. It does do over half, right? I'm almost sure it does because Weezing almost did. Yeah, definitely. Weezing does like 40% with Hidden Power Grass, and Zapdos' special attack set is way better than Weezing, so I just kind of assumed. So yeah, we'll see what happens here. Virizion puts in a lot of work against his team as well. A ton of work against his team. Except for the Moltres, because we don't have Stone Edge, but we'll have to figure out what he is. I think he's going to go into Excavalier right here, because it's really his only mon to come in. I just want to check something. Excavalier, do you get Stone Edge? You don't. You get Poison Jab, Knockoff. So we should be able to stay in with Zapdos on the Excavalier, maybe scout a little bit. He could go for Knockoff though, so yeah, this Escavalier really can't touch Wheezing at all, so I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah, I think he's going to go in a Swampert or the Escavalier. More than likely the Escavalier. Although he doesn't know if I have Heat Wave or not, because I don't think I've Thunderbolt, Roost, Toxic. He could assume I have Heat Wave, but if he assumes that, he might go Swampert. He goes Pelipper. This thing might outspeed me if he's max speed. He's definitely not staying in. I think he just wanted the rain up, so I could Toxic him. Or go for Hidden Power Grass, predicting the Swampert. He's not staying in. Even if he does, how much does Hidden Power Ice do? Or sorry, Ice Beam. Skull does less than 30%. That's in the rain. Ice Beam does the same. Wow. So yeah, he definitely can't touch me right here. I think I'm just going to go for Hidden Power Grass. If he swaps into the Escavalier, that's fine. If I go for Toxic and he swaps into Escavalier, that's even worse, so I'm just going to go for Hidden Power Grass. He does go into Swampert, and Swampert's going to take a huge Hidden Power Grass right here. And, now, Swampert, Hidden Power Ice, or Ice Punch, sorry. It's going to do a lot, and he does have the rain up, so actually he'll do it actually a ton. But I think that might be worth it. I could also, I could go into Wheezing. I could go into Wheezing. This thing being weakened is great. That's really good. It puts him in range of Sucker Punch from Absol. That's nice. That's pretty awesome. Wheezing, you take 2, I think barely. Yeah, in the rain, yeah, 5% chance if he's adamant. I think I'm going to go in a Wheezing. If he doubles out in anything, it'll be into the Tapu Koko, or maybe even the Toxic Rogue, so that'd be fine. So I'm going to Wheezing. I don't know if he'd stay in though. I don't know if he'd stay in. If he doubles in a Tapu Koko, that will be scary. I do swap first, so I think he stayed in. He does stay in. He goes for Ice Punch, does very, very little. No freeze. That's great. So, right here, I don't have like a move to hit him very well. Sludge Bomb, I could hope for the poison, but I think I'm just going to go for the Will-O-Wisp. If he swaps in, he wouldn't swap in Moltres, I don't think. I don't know what I think he'd swap in maybe Pelipper. So I could hard read go for Thunderbolt, but I think that's a little bit, that would be a little bit of a dumb play. I'm just going to go for Will-O-Wisp. He does go for Waterfall. He gets a crit. We do land the Will-O-Wisp, so the crit is unfortunate, but burning him is much more important. So right here, I'm going to go into Zapdos. Reason being is because I want to keep Wheezing around for Death Fodder. It's nice to have. And yeah, I lose my switch into Escavalier now, which is a little bit scary, but there's not really much I can do about that. I could go into Registeel and double into Zapdos on the Earthquake. Because what would he swap in right here? He can't really swap in anything. But I think I will do that because he's not clicking Earthquake right here. He might click Ice Punch. So I'm going to go and Registeel. I want to stall out the rain turns you see. He goes for Waterfall. He gets a crit again, which is really, really annoying. But does the rain wear out? No, it does not. So he has Damp Rock. And right here, I'm going to go into Zapdos. As he hopefully goes go for it. Okay, so cool. I'm just gonna go for a. I think I'm gonna go for a Hidden Power Ice or Hidden Power Grass. Sorry. I could Roost, and I want to stall out the rain turn, so I will. No freeze, which is nice. I need to stall out the rain turns. I'm gonna Roost again. I need this thing as much HP as possible. So. No freeze. Oh, fuck's sake. I do thaw out, thank God. Alright, Jesus Christ. That would have been really, really scary. So, the rain is gone, Swampert is dead. That is huge. Dude, I mean, you did freeze me, so it's not the big, you know. I had to keep Zapdos as much HP as possible, and the rain is now gone, which is great, which kind of forces him to do certain plays, but he knows at this point that the I can't touch his Escavalier at this point, and Weezing is really, really weak, which is unfortunate. But it's not the end of the world. He does go on a Moltres, which is actually I can spam Thunderbolt now. He can't really hit me, so I'm gonna go for Thunderbolt. He's gonna go for like Fire Blast or something, I think, trying to do as much damage as possible. Again, if he specs, he's gonna do a lot of damage, but not really much I can do. There's not really much I can do. He goes for Heat Wave, does very, very little. Thunderbolt comes off, does a ton. If I Roost, I have to Roost because I need to keep me out of range of Tapu Koko. I need to keep myself. I am not a nutsack. Yeah, I need to keep myself out of range of Tapu Koko, for sure. He does miss the Heat Wave. Sorry about that, too. So, this is going pretty well. Swampert is dead. Moltres is dead. The Heat Wave is unfortunate, but what can you do? Right here, I think he's going to go into... I don't know. He might go into Toxicroak. At this point, he's talking to someone in the chat. I don't know who he's talking to. In terms of him just using Roost, I don't know. Actually, what are they saying? Just out of curiosity. I think they're getting angry at me. Dude, I have to keep Zapdos as healthy spot. Like, Zapdos is how I win this game. So letting myself get dwindled for no reason would be stupid. So, like, if we did this battle and I didn't click Roost there, what's it called? People would be like, why didn't you just Roost? And then, yeah, so Toxicroak comes in. This is a pretty scary situation. Because my check is kind of dead. If he Swords Dances right here, we're in a lot of trouble because my check Weezing is dead, basically. Thunderbolt I think is a 2-hit KO, I assume it is. Thunderbolt, that's Weezing. I was like, wait, Zapdos takes Ice Punch really well. Ice Punch 2-hit KOs me. Thunderbolt 2-hit KOs him. If he gets the +2, he'll just OHKO me with Ice Punch. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna Thunderbolt and then sack Weezing. I don't know what they're talking about. He does go for Swords Dance. And Thunderbolt does a lot of damage. And I don't know what they're talking about China. I'm going to go into Weezing. I'm gonna sack Weezing. And then I'm going to go into Absol. Or Virizion. Don't know. Well, I was thinking Absol eats a Sucker Punch, but so does Virizion. And he might have, wait. Toxicroak, you don't get, you get Bullet Punch, but you don't get a Mach Punch. You do get Vacuum Wave, though. You get Sucker Punch. So I'm gonna, I don't think it changes my play, though. I'm gonna sack Weezing. If he Swords Dances again, that's kind of scary. He goes for Gunk Shot. That's cool. So, and he does show the Life Orb. So, well, actually, I'm not taking into account the Mega Evolution, but Absol doesn't gain any bulk. So I think I am going to go into Virizion. Does Absol take a +2 Sucker Punch? Punch +2, I do take it. So, and knockoff does 40%, and I do outspeed it. Do I do that? I'm trying to think. Wait. What's I'm trying to think. Does Virizion or Absol make more sense? Virizion is bulkier, much bulkier. It takes the Sucker Punch better, once Virizion dies, what happens? He goes into whatever. Do I kill it at that range with a close combat? I do, because I don't want to miss Zen Headbutt. Oh, sorry, that's not our set. We're Adamant, but we're Yachiberry. 38 men. Yeah, we should still be able to kill him. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go in a Virizion, and I'm gonna go for close combat. So yeah, that's my play. It sucks that I'm gonna have to take a lot of damage from the Sucker Punch right here, but I have no other priority. I could go on a Kyurem and actually Kyurem naturally outspeeds Toxicroak. He click Sucker Punch no matter what. So yeah, Sucker Punch shouldn't do too much. If he swaps out, I'd be pretty okay with that, because something will take a big hit. And if it's Excavalier, I might be able to 2-KO him, depending on his spread. If he's... well, he probably will be max HP. But yeah, Toxicroak will drop right here. They are talking about some crazy stuff. Oh my god, guys, it's Pokemon. Let's go easy. Go easy, guys. We're talking about Russia. Guys, go easy. It's all okay. But yeah. Actually, he'll take Life Orb as well, so close combat will definitely kill him. Definitely kill him. He could swap into Tapu Koko, but Registeel and Zapdos are still at full, so that wouldn't really be scary. And I think he showed his whole set, didn't he? Thunderbolts. Yeah, he showed his whole set, so he doesn't have Brave Bird. I'm glad I didn't run Cobra Berry. I have the Yachi Berry, so if he wants to go for Hidden Power Ice, I can actually take it as well. Even though I'll be at -1, unfortunately, I'll still be able to take it. So you know what? If he Sucker Punches right here and kills me, then he goes into Tapu Koko. I'll stay in again, because I might be able to kill him with Leaf Blade, which is really, really good. Although 71% is a lot. Tapu Koko for watch this. It doesn't come up on the thing. I don't know why. See Wild Charge, Leaf Blade. Nah, Leaf Blade doesn't kill. But I don't know. I might still click it. Just to be a little shit, be a little bitch. They're talking about Russia, dude. They're talking about Russia, and not making plays. Come on, guys, let's all just get along. Oops. He does swap into Excavalier, so Excavalier will take this close combat. It does 50%. All right. Ooh. And my check to this thing is not alive. I definitely can't sack Virizion because it's very, very important at taking on the Tapu Koko. Now the Tapu Koko doesn't have Brave Bird, that actually takes on the Tapu Koko really, really well. Do I go into Registeel or do I go into Zapdos? Zapdos takes on the Pelipper, it takes on the Tapu Koko, it takes on the Toxicroak, it kills it from full. Registeel does none of those, and it can Seismic Toss it into a KO it, so I think I'm going to go into Registeel. We'll see what he goes for. I think he'll probably go for Mega Horn. He could go for, well, I mean, he has Drill Run. He has access to Drill Run, so he might have it, but I think we'll actually outspeed this Mon. He goes for Mega Horn. Does a lot of damage, 31%. Can I check what that is? 31%. Take Shrek, Escavalier, Choice Band, Mega Horn, 30%. Yeah, he's banded. He's banded right here. So, we can do a few things. I could Toxic, knowing that he'll swap out, but he'll probably go into Pelipper. I could Stealth Rock. I could Stealth Rock. Because I could... No, I need to chip this thing. If he swaps into Pelipper, then I'll put up my rocks, because I know I'll take the hit. But I'm going to Seismic Toss, because I can 2-KO this thing. And he'll 2-KO me with Mega Horn if I don't, so I'm just going to go for Seismic Toss. It'll be fine. If he goes into Pelipper, I'll put up my rocks. Actually, if he goes into Pelipper, I'm going to Toxic it. Just to put it on a bit of a timer. So that's cool. That's cool. And we should outspeed this thing, because Escavalier is very slow. He might be max speed, though. You know what? He might be max speed. You never know. But this Escavalier being dead is huge, because now all of his Mons don't resist ice. And Toxicroak is weakened. Pelipper is Hopefully we'll come in on rocks if I can get them up. And Tapu Koko is actually in range of Ice Beam, so Kyurem might be able to clean up this game as well. So I'm really, really happy about how this game is going so far. I don't want to fuck it up. I just can't fuck it up. The wheezing at the start was unfortunate, but I mean, it was on such low HP, and the game played out the way it did that I don't really think it mattered. He goes for Mega Horn again. Right here I could actually choose to go for my rocks, and then I could do that. Oh, the Mega Horn did 30. Yeah, if he gets the highest of high rolls, he'll kill me. So I probably should. He's 110. That's not even like a high roll. That's just like an almost mid roll. Yeah, I'm just gonna go over Seismic Toss. I don't really need rocks. Yeah, we do kill the Excavator. That's fine. So we'll be up about 37% right here. If he goes into Toxicroak, I think I'm just gonna kill him with an Earthquake. If he goes into Tapu Koko, if he goes into Pelipper, I think I might be able to take one Scald. Yeah, we do take one Scald. So that's important to note. At this point though, Kyurem does put in a huge amount of work against his team, as does Virizion, and so does Absol. So I think we have this one pretty good. So in comes Tapu Koko. Tapu Koko has shown to be special. He's shown Thunderbolt. Offensive Pivot, I assume it's that. Thunderbolt, there's no real chance of him not killing me. I could go into Virizion. I could also go into Kyurem. But if he paralyzed me, I would lose. Well, not lose, but I would be in a really, really bad spot. I think I just sack this guy. If I go on a Kyurem... Well, actually, wait. First of all. Let's not get too crazy. The Ice Beam, does it kill? 72. Oh, yeah, actually, guaranteed kills. That's great. How much does Thunderbolt do to Kyurem? 30%. The Magnet. If he paralyzes me, he still can't kill me, so I'd actually still be able to get an Ice Beam off. And he's definitely going for Thunderbolt. If he goes for Taunt, that's great for me, so I'm going to go on Kyurem. He goes for Thunderbolt, just please don't para. Thank you. Alright. We're gonna go for Ice Beam right here. Ice Beam will kill this. I'll just check just in case, but I definitely 2 KOs Pelipper for sure. Yeah, that's especially defensive set as well. So I'm just gonna go for Ice Beam. If he doubles out in a Pelipper predicting an Earth Power, even better. So I'm really okay with this. I'm really okay with this. He does double out into the Pelipper, so this should actually drop to 2 Ice Beams, and it does. That's great. So I think actually we're going to get a Kyurem sweep. I think we're about to sweep with Kyurem. His Toxicroak doesn't kill me with Sucker Punch. I outspeed the Tapu Koko. I'm about to kill this Pelipper. So I think Kyurem's about to clean up this game. And Mega Absol never even hit the field. It's so sad. It's so sad. Pelipper does die. Did Virizion hit the field? Yeah, I think Virizion did come in. Yeah, Virizion close combated the Excavator and brought it way down. So yeah, Kyurem's gonna come in with 3 kills. So who got the kills? Weezing technically killed the Swampert because of Will-O-Wisp. Registeel killed the Excavator, and what killed the Moltres again? What killed Moltres? I don't even. I guess it was Zapdos. Yeah, it was Zapdos actually. Yeah, no, it was. So, yeah, good game to Andrew. I think this is about where we're about to wrap things up because Toxicroak comes in. Toxicroak, if he has Vacuum Wave, it's fine because at this point Virizion still beats the Tapu Koko. So even if whatever reason he is able to kill me right here, it doesn't matter. He doesn't even go for Sucker Punch. We just drop the Toxicroak. So yeah, that's it right here. Even if he lived the Ice Beam, Hidden Power Ice can't kill me. He'd have to paralyze me with Thunderbolt and do all that shenanigans. So I think that's about GG. So yeah, really strong showing for us guys. GG to Andrew for a very good game. There were definitely a little bit of hijinks at the start. A lot of crits early in the game for him. He froze me. I will grab it. He froze me on the Zapdos with the Ice Punch from Mega Swampert, and for a second I was like, oh god, that's the game. But fortunately enough, we did thaw out pretty much immediately. Actually, that turn. So, oh, he has the thing. Don't worry about it. So, yeah, we got pretty lucky there. We definitely got pretty lucky. What's this? Easy and we're just ignore specs. Okay. Alfonso, I talks, ignore specs. So, yeah. A few things that we could have done better. I guess. I don't know what I don't know. Well, obviously he taunted my Tapu Koko early on in the game with Registeel, but you know what? I don't think that was a misplay because it didn't end up costing me really anything. And the Tapu Koko was kind of important at the end for getting Kyurem in. So honestly, I think we did a pretty awesome game, and I'm pretty happy with it. We get a 5-0 win over Andrew and the London Linoones. We are currently 5-2 with a positive, I think, 12 differential. I think now because we won 5-0. Really, really good stuff. I'm really, really excited about how this game went and how the rest of the season will play out. Now, unfortunately, school is starting up again for me, which means that I won't be able to dedicate as much time to this as I would like to. So this was like the last game where I was able to put in a lot of focus and a lot of time into team building. But from this point on, I think it's going to be a little bit more, I don't want to say sporadic, but it's going to be a little bit more rushed, unfortunately. But that's not a bad thing, though. I really, really enjoyed. I don't want to. I don't want to rush these. I want to bring you guys like fun battles to watch, and I don't want to bring shitty ones. But with how school is, going, it's just kind of, it demands a lot of my time. So that's just kind of something that's happening. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys have enjoyed, make sure to heavy slam the like button down below first. We are currently 5-2. Very, very happy with it. Next week we take on, I'll actually just check for you there, just something, leave you guys something to be excited for next week. Let's just see right here. We take on, we take on Herschel. Well, maybe we'll give it one more week of full focus. We take on Herschel next week. Well, we'll see how that goes. With that being said, have yourselves a wonderful day, and bye-bye.